Welcome back, friends, to another weekly video. In this video, we're going to be talking about why you should stop grinding. Last week I made a video about not being lazy, or in other words, just working hard. But this week I wanted to add some nuance to that idea. Because it's not enough to just work hard, you also want to work smart. You want to be working hard on all of the right things. The idea I want to focus on here is stop grinding. Now, there's a lot of business books out there that talk about how it's important to grind your way to success, that you need to work hard and grind it out. And this approach to business has never sat well with me. My philosophy here is a little bit different. So if you're describing your workday as grinding it out, that's a sign that something is wrong. Grinding sounds horrible, and it's much better to go into a job every day that you enjoy. You know, it's possible to be excited and fulfilled at work, not grinding. Let me give you an example. So imagine you hate doing the taxes for your business. So every year you sit down and you start filling out those tax forms and you're just grinding it out. And you hate it. You hate tax season. Well, you do have another option. You can outsource that activity to an accountant. And I have a lot of accounting friends, and they love doing taxes. It's not grinding to them. So this is an example of an activity that you can outsource to someone who's better at it than you, so that you can focus on activities that are actually generating value for your business. The point here is that grinding is generally a sign that you don't like what you're doing, and there's probably a better use for your time. Time is valuable, and you should be spending time on activities that lead to success. Those activities generally are things that you're passionate about, that you're good at, and that are making you money. Let me explain what you're trying to avoid here. So imagine that you end up building your business by grinding it out. So you spend years grinding and building this business, and it eventually becomes successful. So what happens next? You're stuck. If you want to keep running this business, you've got to keep grinding it out for the next 10 years. That's what your business is based on. What you should have done here is you should have built your business on activities that didn't feel like grinding in the first place. And this isn't easy to do. What this takes is prioritizing. You're going to have to take a look at your business and decide what you're going to focus on, what you're going to outsource, and what you're going to say no to. So it's actually helpful here to know a little bit about theoretical finance. When you understand how an investment bank values company stock, that tells you what type of activities you can prioritize to add value to your company. So I'm going to run through the basics of stock valuation. The price of anything is the present value of all future cash flows. So if you want to know how much a company is worth, you can look into the future, determine how much money you expect that company to make every year, and then determine a value for risk and discount those cash flows to what they are worth today. In this example, a company produces $100 each period for 5 periods. You assess the riskiness of those cash flows at 15%, so you would be willing to spend $335.22 to purchase 100% of the stock of that company. Now, this is very oversimplified. What an investment bank does is much more complicated than this, and I'm not using accrual accounting, but I want to try to get you to understand just the fundamental concepts that the value of something is based on your operating activity. So what are these cash flows? It's what's generated from operations, or revenue minus cost. Those free cash flows come from your profit. Well, what is profit? Profit stands for competitive advantage in the market. So if you're looking at two similar competitors and one is generating a higher profit, that means they're either charging higher prices or having lower costs. They are creating more value in the marketplace. So what does all of this have to do with grinding? Imagine you have two companies. In one company, all the employees are grinding their way through the day. The other company has employees that are working hard at jobs they love. Which of these companies do you think has a competitive advantage? You guessed it, it's probably not the company that's grinding. So one of the benefits of stock analysis is that it helps you to pinpoint the activities that contribute to your company's competitive advantage. The more you can focus your energy on those activities, the higher your stock price and the more valuable your company will be. So I realize that sometimes in business, you're going to have to do things that you don't like. And you're going to describe some of these times as grinding. But it really shouldn't be a huge part of your day. If you're finding that more and more of your day, you feel like you're grinding it out, I would encourage you to take a step back. Look at the activities that you do during your day and see if you can prioritize more of those activities where you feel like you're really contributing to the business and that you're generating value. And think about, what is it that got you excited about starting this business in the first place? It's also important that you understand your stock price and your company valuation. This helps you to prioritize your activities. Because when an investment bank comes around and wants to buy your business, they're not going to care about all those grinding activities you're doing, because they know they can probably outsource that to someone who's better and cheaper than you. What they're going to care about is the activities you're doing that contribute to your competitive advantage. And the more you can focus your energy on those activities, that is working smart. Now I want to hear from you. I know this is a different approach than you may have heard in the past, so what do you think about this idea of stop grinding? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, if you found it helpful, hit that subscribe button. The best way to supercharge a business is through accounting and corporate finance, and I release a new video every week, so come back and check out next week's video.